Now this video is something extra I'm throwing in for those of you that want a little more of a challenge. You maybe want to progress a little bit more than the course material we've covered so far. This involves playing double stops, and it's going to require a different technique in your right hand, or maybe I should just say an expansion of the technique that you're already using. It's from a separate book. It's not in the Hal Leonard book that you're using now. It's from a classical guitar book, and it involves you playing double stops, 2 notes at a time. And basically, as far as your right hand is concerned, you're going to do one of 2 things. The very first thing you're going to play in this exercise is the note A, 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and C, 1st fret of the 2nd string. So you're either going to pick both notes through like a chord, and then stop on the string you're not playing, which in this case is your 1st string. So again, you pick through the 2 notes, and you stop on the string you're not playing. The other way you can play this is using hybrid picking. Hybrid picking is when you use your pick for the low string and a finger, say your middle or ring finger, for the upper string, like that. It's just a matter of preference which one you use. Sometimes you don't have a choice in the matter. You have to use hybrid to make it work. And in this particular exercise, there are 2 double stops where you're going to have to do that. So that's going to make it a little more challenging, but I think it's worth it, because these are techniques that you can use down the road. The other challenge is just reading 2 notes at a time, and I can't call the notes because of that. So I'm going to basically give you an idea of all the shapes. I'll call those. I'll tell you what the notes are, what the fingering is, and then I'll play it without calling anything. And let's see what happens. Just give it the best, your best shot. So from the top, the first thing, as I said, is A and C, 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and 1st fret of the 2nd string. The next voicing you're going to play is the 3rd beat of the 1st measure, where you have an open G, 3rd string open, and D on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. And you can play those together with your pick. Again, G, D. Now, the 1st beat of the 2nd measure is C, 1st fret, 2nd string, and open E. So you're going to play C, E. Again, you can play that with your pick easily. Just stay up high on your 1st finger so you don't block the 1st string. The next voicing you're going to have to play is the 3rd beat of the 3rd measure. It's D and F, 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and 1st fret of the 1st string. So that's going to sound like this. You can play it with your pick, but you have to stay high on your 3rd finger so you don't block the 1st string. So again, D and F. And that basically takes care of the 1st line. We go to the 2nd line, and the 3rd beat of the 1st measure, you have open B and G, 3rd fret of the 1st string. And that's very easy, so you can just play through that with your pick. Again, B, G. Then the 2nd beat of the 2nd measure of the 2nd line, you have your first instance of hybrid picking. You have an open G, and you have an open E, 1st string. So the only way you can really play these, you can't pick through it, because that would involve muting the 2nd string, and that's kind of an awkward thing to pull off. So I'm using my pick on the 3rd string and my ring finger of my right hand on the 1st string, like that. If you can get used to doing this, it can really open up a lot musically for you. And then in the middle of the 2nd line, you have 2 single notes. You have high C on the 2nd string, and then C on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. Okay, and then there's one more hybrid picking double stop that you're going to have to get down to play this. The last measure of the 2nd line, you have open G again, and then you have G on the 1st string, 3rd fret. I know it's marked as a 4, but that's typical in classical guitar books because a lot of times they use their pinky. So you can play that with your 3. So you have an octave. You have 2 Gs, the 3rd string open and the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And there you go. Just play that using hybrid picking. So here I go. I'm going to play the whole thing through. I'll try not to go too quick. And play around with it. See what you can do. All right? Hopefully you can see both of my hands in this video. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, second line, 2, 3, 3, 3, third line, 3, 3, 2, 3,